All right, we're going to talk a little bit about VR filming. Back around the holidays last year, I purchased one of these Insta360 Evo 3D cameras. And this camera is actually pretty interesting because it can film in 3D, 180 degrees in front of it, or you can flip it and film 360 degrees around the room, but not in 3D. After COVID hit and everybody transitioned to remote learning, I started thinking that 3D VR filming could be an interesting way to keep students engaged from home. There's a number of caveats with this because the camera's expensive. It uses a large amount of disk space because we've got two cameras that are recording in 5.7K. So we've got very large file sizes even for a short amount of filming. Then of course you have to have a high-end computer that's able to process these files, and then students don't even all have computers or stable internet connections, let alone VR headsets to watch the videos at home. So regardless of those issues with filming in VR, I still think it's worth exploring and experimenting with. And this video is going to show you a little bit of some of the techniques I've developed over the past few months in filming in VR, and then as a couple different ways that you can also view the footage. This training system mimics a production line. It's got an inventory station, an inspection station, and a sorting and distribution station. So basically we're going to be sorting pucks. There's 4 different pucks. One of them is a little bit too tall, so the sensor on the inspection station is going to detect that and kick that out. And then the others are just various materials. One is a white plastic, one is a dark plastic, and one is a metallic. And the various sensors on the sorting and distribution station detect those and actually sort them appropriately. We're going to be filming this in VR, and again, as I mentioned, we have the Insta360 Evo VR camera. I've got a tripod here. One of the things I like to do with the tripod when filming in 3D is because we're filming a sphere, so it can capture everything 180 degrees in front of these two lenses. It will actually capture the tripod if the tripod is set up normally, so I like to tilt the tripod forward to try and keep from capturing the legs. There's also some people put these on poles and other devices so that they don't actually have to worry about it, but since I have a tripod here, that's one of the tricks I like to use. Another thing to consider is because the tripod's up higher, a lot of people have a tendency of wanting to tilt the camera down. You don't want to do that with 3D because that's going to create a little bit of an odd feeling when you put on the VR headset. It's going to feel like you're looking down at all times. We want this tilted up as if you were standing here staring at the wall, because when we're in VR, we can tilt our head down and look because we're getting that entire half sphere in front of the camera. All right, so we're going to experiment with a couple different distances for the camera. So if we're a little bit too close, it might feel like you're sitting too close to a TV, and if you're too far away, you don't really get that 3D pop. So experimenting with a few different distances from your piece of equipment will help you understand how far you want to be from a particular device when you're filming in this manner. The other consideration would be the way that you want to film. In this case, this is going to be more of a first-person type experience, so the person watching will actually feel like they're the ones controlling the trainer. It's going to be my hands, but it'll be almost like they're sitting right here doing it as if they were sitting in front of the trainer. One other option would be the teacher-student type setup, where I sit the camera sort of as if the student is sitting with me, and I'm demonstrating the trainer speaking to the student. And that will give them an experience that they're in the classroom with their instructor watching the trainer run. So first we're going to start with a first-person type experience with the camera all the way up front to see what that looks like. So I'm going to turn the camera on, start filming. So I'm going to feed the pucks into the chute. Now we're out of pucks. So the first run completed, we're just going to run the same thing back, but by moving the camera back about a foot. And I'm going to run this process again. we're going to move back one more time. About another foot. For our last shot, we're going to move this to more of a teacher-student demonstration type shot. So I'm going to move this as if the camera is a student sitting next to me. So we're going to try it right about there, and we're going to try the shot. Let's talk about how to view these VR videos. So a couple of the different techniques you can use. You can purchase these mini VR glasses, Google Cardboard. These both will use your phone, so you'll pull up the video on YouTube, and when you bring a video up on YouTube that's filmed in VR, there's a button that you can press to flip it into VR mode, and that actually splits the phone in half, the screen in half, and shows the left eye and the right eye on the screen. And then what you'll do is you'll actually clip the device to your phone. You'll put the center of the device on the actual part of the screen where there's a line, and then you can actually bring the phone up to your face. So from this side to this side of the table, we go from sort of least immersive to most immersive experience. This being the least immersive, it still looks 3D, but you still see your environment around you. With Google Cardboard, it's the same concept. It's just we have these lenses built into the cardboard. We sit our phone on the inside, and then depending on your phone, some fit better than others. You either have to hold the phone up and put your face up to the cardboard, or you can clip these closed. And then the most immersive but most expensive option would be something like an Oculus headset. So this is the Oculus Go, which is $120, $130 range to get started. And this gives you a much more immersive experience. You don't have to actually use your phone for it. You can pull up YouTube directly as the app on the Oculus and then browse to the video and view it. So those are the different viewing options, and they all have pros and cons. Wow, this is amazing. This is great training. Oh, sorry guys. I was just immersed in my training experience. What a great tool to really feel like you're there when you're not. I hope you enjoyed the video, and feel free to put some comments below if you have any questions.